Hello everyone, Jeff Holiday here again, and it's been a while since I tackled the Feminist Challenge. For those of you who aren't aware, there is a Feminist Challenge that you get mailed out every single week if you sign up for it, and it has different tasks for you to do to try and I'm assuming it's mostly just to try and empathize with the specific things that women have to experience. So I've been doing it for quite a while, but I also missed like an entire month. So this video is us catching up. We're gonna catch up with the Feminist Challenge. Now when I'm doing these challenges, I generally try and do them in a humorous sort of way. A way to at least make it really engaging, really entertaining, but also give it a fair shot, you know, to really analyze what this challenge is asking me to do and what it's asking me to think about. And so because of that, I do try and take them seriously, even though I inject a lot of humor into them. Now, some people might be wondering why it's taken me so long to keep up with this series, and that's because some of the challenges over the past 4 weeks or so have been weird. A little strange and kind of hard to really get like motivated about, you know? So let's take a look at them. We're going to go through them one at a time, and with a little help from my friend Mike, we'll have some fun with it. And we'll just try and catch up as quick as we can. So for week 5, which was mailed to me on the 30th of January, it was called Waiting. Wait to share your thoughts. Wait to share until everybody you've conversed with has already shared. If someone hasn't shared, ask for their thoughts. Once you've shared, continue the pattern of waiting for everyone to respond before responding again. Don't interrupt anyone. If you speak up in a group, preface your statement with something non-threatening like, "I'm so sorry," to add something more, but, or an, "I'm not sure if this makes any sense, but," etc. You can refer to these guidelines if helpful. Wait 10 minutes longer than you would normally before posting something online. In solidarity, Lydia. So I took this opportunity to go over to my friend Julian's house, and he's the tattoo artist who's going to be tattooing my internet famous tattoo on my chest, and we tried to do something with it, and it didn't really work out too terribly well. We were trying to do a skit. Because, to be honest, you know, this really just isn't my thing. Like, not engaging in a conversation. And I honestly don't really quite understand why that would be a specifically feminine trait that they're not expected to speak up, or they're expected to, like, have their voice less important. And if that's the case and somebody feels that way, that's unfortunate. But I think that's less of an issue about women and more an issue about trying to encourage people to have the self-esteem to talk. If that is a more woman-affected issue, I don't really know. But I'll share with you guys some fun stuff that me and Julian did.
So, you know, back to the God topic, but it's like, the reason you can't say God, if you say being or spirit, it really challenges that because it's so open. But the word God indicates, well, it comes along with all the thing, you know, like male deity or like it's an entity or something like that, you know.
I mean, you know, I'm not trying to like butt into the conversation or anything. You know, I'm not trying to be aggressive.
Why are you acting all weird then?
I'm not trying to act weird. I'm trying to be patient and make sure that you can speak before I say anything.
No, you're acting weird. You're trying so hard that now it's weird.
It
wasn't weird, now it's awkward.
I'm not trying to make it awkward.
Well, you're making it awkward.
I'm not trying to make it... Okay,
we were having this polite conversation, and now you're wondering, like, when...
I just don't want to overstep my bounds, and I want to be nice and amicable. I want to make sure that you say everything you want to say before I mindlessly agree to it.
Yeah, of course.
Did it get weird?
Yeah, it got a little weird.
It got a little weird?
The apology, yeah.
Fuck.
My friend has a real problem with that. He kept saying he was sorry. And I said, if you say you're sorry one more time, I'm going to punch you in the face. And he said, I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. That I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry. Now I'm pissing you off.
I'm sorry. We did our best to do like a really good skit for how I'm supposed to not be talking or like adding to the conversation, but I can't help but talk to this man. Alright, so week 6's challenge was called Reflecting, and it was sent on February 6th. And this one was pretty heavy, actually. The whole thing deals with female genital mutilation, which as everybody knows, is the most fun topic in the world to talk about, but it is important, so I tackled it. Did you know that over 200 million have experienced female genital mutilation/cutting globally, and that another 3 million are at risk each year for undergoing it? Yet these statistics still don't include many countries in Asia where the practice is now known to occur, nor does it include countries like the United States, where it is also known to occur. The practice of female genital mutilation/cutting is often considered a traditional practice, and in many practicing communities, there is a lack of acknowledge that it is a form of violence against women and a form of child abuse. This week's challenge is threefold. You must complete all 3 parts for the challenge point. Number 1, choose at least one of the below stories to watch, read, or listen to. And so it gives a list of different videos and some podcasts and an essay. And I watched all 3 of the videos. I haven't read the essay, but I watched the 3 videos. And I have some comments. Female genital mutilation is, of course, a terrible, terrible thing. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And there's really no defense against it. There really isn't. But there are some issues with how it was portrayed in some of the videos that I watched. And specifically, there was this line.
FGMC dates back thousands of years. It is not rooted in religion, nor is it bound by geography or class. It is about power and controlling female sexuality.
And that I very much disagree with. There is a huge religious component to female genital mutilation. Huge. I'm not saying that every instance of it is religiously fueled, but a large portion of it, yeah. You can't simply brush off the reasons people might give for why it's a good idea to slice the clitoris of a little girl. And especially if that is religiously motivated. I know some people really want to be culturally sensitive and like, well, this is just another culture. It's just their way of doing things, and we need to be respectful of that, but also get them to stop. We should point out when there is a religious component to people mutilating their children. I mean, there's a religious component to circumcision. It's not the only reason people get circumcised, but it's a huge reason. And I don't support circumcision any more than I support female genital mutilation. I see them as one and the same. There is no viable fucking reason to do it. None. Any benefits that have ever been discovered in science have been so negligible that it's preposterous to continue the practice in and of itself. It's ridiculous. But even more so, here's the big one. Female genital mutilation in and of itself, I'm going to make the argument, is not a feminist issue. It's a human rights issue. Yes, I said it. I absolutely said it. And the reason why is that feminist issues should be, by and large, something that is applicable to women and a large portion of women. Now, you can have feminist action and advocacy to try and stop female genital mutilation, absolutely, and I support that, and I think that's a really good cause, and I think feminists who do that sort of thing they're doing a really legitimately good thing. But is it a feminist issue? Not necessarily, because think of it like this. There is the Sambia tribe of Papua New Guinea, and they believe that young boys from age 7 to 17 for an entire decade need to daily drink the semen of the elders. Charming, isn't it? But would you say trying to fight that is a men's rights advocacy issue? Or would you want to say that's a human rights issue? Because when it really comes down to it, is this something that we are going to relegate to just one type of demographic of social ideology and politics? Or are we just going to break it down to a simple thing of children are being abused and it should stop? If you call something a human rights issue instead of a feminist issue or a men's rights issue, then it becomes more unilaterally able to be accepted by mainstream society. So because of that, I applaud that they want to bring this up as an issue in the feminist challenge, but I am going to say it is a human rights issue. It is a human rights violation to slice the genitals of any child or to sexually abuse a child in any way. I don't really feel like it should be owned by an ideology. So that's my big grievance on it. This one is, I still really can't quite understand this one. I don't get it. So week number 7 was called Fawning, and it was sent on February 13th. Write fan mail. There's a lot of romance being penned this week in honor of St. Valentine. Let's devote some of our energy to vocalizing our affection for folks non-romantically. So we're going to celebrate St. Valentine's Day, which is a holiday all about romance, by writing to someone non-romantically. Okay. Identify 2 famous people you look up to who aren't cisgender men. Send them fan mail telling them why you admire their work. Number 2. Identify 2 people you know personally who aren't cisgender men. Send them email or cards expressing your respect and admiration for them. Cute, stationery, optional. Dude. How is this a feminist thing? You know what? Fine, fuck it. Whatever. Let's do it. You challenged me, I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I can't understand how this is a feminist issue, but I'm gonna do it. Alright? Let's do it. Fuck it. Dear Christina Hoff Summers, I'm writing to you today because I chose to engage in something called the Feminist Challenge 2K17. The purpose behind this challenge is for men to gain some understanding into the lives of women. I, being an unrepentant shitlord, decided to give it a fair shot and critique each week as fairly as I can. However, this week the challenge really confuses me. You see, I'm supposed to write fan mail to someone I respect who is not a cisgendered man. Yes, that is the challenge. I'm not exactly sure what that has to do with anything related to being a woman, and given I have an immense amount of respect for you, we actually met after you and Dave Rubin's talk in Portland at the brewery, I figure I would write you fan mail while simultaneously asking for your advice. Is writing fan mail a traditionally woman thing to do? I'm suspecting not. I've never seen television tropes nor references in popular culture about the tidal flood of woman-fueled fan mail that is produced yearly. Also, what about feminism means I must exclude cisgendered, God I hate that term, men from having fan mail written for? I'm so very confused. Enclosed is a picture we took together. It was a delight to meet you. Hope you are well. Alright, now that that letter's out of the way, I guess I'll write one to Blair. Yeah, Blair White. Hey boo, so I'm writing you because I have to write fan mail to someone I respect who's not a cisgendered man. I know. I have no idea how writing fan mail is a woman thing or why I can't write to a dude or whatever, but it's K. You're pretty amazing and I can't wait for VidCon. It's gonna be lit as fuck. Anyway, take care and all that. Challenge complete. Bam. Week number 8, Exploring, sent to me on February 20th. This week, explore cosmetics. Go to Sephora. They have samples of everything. Feel free to paint your nails, try an eyeshadow, lipstick, explore to your heart's content. Whatever you do, complete these 4 tasks while there. And I didn't do any of them. I didn't do any of these because the thing is, I am not going to go to Sephora and effectively put myself on display in a public place to explore what it's like to try on makeup. I'm not going to do that. Absolutely not. I don't see that as in any way having any benefit to understanding what it's like to be a woman or to have empathy for a woman. I can't even wrap my head around how in the fuck that would help anybody understand. You don't have to do it in public. But what I will do is, fine, you know what, screw it. Me and Mike, we'll have a salon day. We'll have a little spa day. And we'll do something fun. So this is what we recorded because, this is obviously post us doing it. So here you go. Hi, so this Feminist Week Challenge, we're supposed to be exploring like makeup and things like that. So we're gonna paint each other's nails, and you actually have lipstick randomly in your car.
Oh yeah, I carry black lipstick everywhere, just in case.
Just in case. All right, so let's make the decision. Am I painting your nails and you're painting mine? It'll probably look cleaner that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the Oscars last night?
Oh Jesus Christ, that was fucking terrible.
I wonder how Warren Beatty actually feels.
Probably like an asshole.
It really wasn't his fault. They
No.
handed him the wrong envelope.
That's true. It wasn't his fault.
So
I mean, he did legitimately look like he didn't know where he was most of the
you are
night.
going to have to double coat it so it gets a little darker once we dry the first coat.
Yeah. It's a lovely shade of green.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this whole feminist challenge thing, I'm supposed to be reflecting on what it's like to be a woman. So have more empathy for the struggle of women. Which is why I'm putting on makeup, which is completely optional.
Well, yeah, and women, and I don't understand that, why women feel they need to primp themselves. You know, maybe some do it for themselves.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them do it because of societal pressure.
Exactly. Me, personally, I prefer a woman that the simpler the better.
I kind of am, too.
And I get that.
It seems so disingenuous, though.
Yeah.
It does. Like, that's not what you look like.
It seems fake.
You don't look like that at all.
Yeah.
I'd rather know what somebody actually looks like, especially if I'm going to enter into any kind of meaningful relationship with them, you know? I don't want to be set up in a position where I'm like, I really like you, and I'm used to your appearance, but only because your appearance is completely manufactured. Like, that's fucked up. I don't like it.
Like, there was this funny post on Facebook where this guy and this girl, they were in a relationship or whatever, and she would wake up before he would and do her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And then just act like she was sleeping again. And, like, roll over and be like, oh, good morning, honey.
Yeah.
And she was all makeuped up, and I was just like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no.
I mean, ideally, I'd be down for somebody who doesn't regularly wear makeup, and if they do, it's something really simple, and it's not that huge of a change. And then if, they want to wear makeup for going out or, like, a special occasion
maybe
or
a
something.
little eyeliner,
sure.
light lipstick, maybe a little blush, something,
that's okay. That's fine.
But not, like, caking on a whole new face.
Because, I mean, seriously, like, we all got our blemishes and scars and ugly bits.
But that makes us. But that's really what makes us who we are.
But you know what it does remind me of, though? It reminds me of my favorite joke of all time. Why do women wear makeup and perfume? Because they're ugly and they stink. Alright, so we got our nails painted, and the only other thing that we have is this black lipstick that Mike brought, so I guess I'm putting on some lipstick now. I think I'm feeling pretty sexy actually right now. I'm feeling like this might be this might be awakening something inside of me. How do you feel about doing makeup and like female stuff? Does it make you feel like you can empathize with women more?
I don't know, because like I said, I sit and do it with my daughters all the time.
Right.
They wanna paint my toenails or whatever, do my hair, and
I don't feel especially feminine right now. If you are doing this for so long and constantly, does that translate to a muscle memory that makes you have more dainty gestures and expressions?
Movements.
I don't know. Maybe. Because it definitely has like an appearance of fragility, like very careful.
It's almost like wanting to drink English tea with the pinky up, It's
right.
Get the two little fingers and right?
Right.
I mean, that's I don't know.
I guess maybe I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Yeah, I kind of get it. This challenge is okay. It's alright. But then again, like, what is the point of this whole thing? What is the point of putting on makeup and trying to understand and empathize with women? How does that really achieve it? Because, like, these challenges are very confusing. Sometimes I think I can kind of understand and wrap my head around what they're trying to achieve. But a lot of times it just escapes me. And I really feel like Lydia should probably put in an explanation. Maybe like an explanation at the end of the week. Like in the next new challenge, explain the week before and like, this is what I was trying to get at. Compare your notes, see if maybe I conveyed it well. That way it was kind of interactive instead of just simply dictating what people do. Like with the waiting week, where you're not supposed to speak up and you're not supposed to speak your mind, is that supposed to be reflective on something that Lydia has experienced, or is that reflecting on what she perceives as a universal struggle with women? I don't know. And then with female genital mutilation, that might help you empathize with people who have been abused in a very severe manner, but is that going to help you understand all women? Because it's not a universally accepted experience. Will that help you empathize with all women? I don't think so. And then fan mail? Fan mail? What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. And lastly, the makeup thing. There was a point that could have been made, but instead the email is flooded with like directions on going to Sephora and how you should compare makeup or this, that, and the other thing. And it is not written in a way that is compelling me to understand what women go through and societal pressures making them want to make themselves look more attractive or more like how society deems women should look attractive. That point was lost because instead it was just this, compare these lotions and compare this foundation base and blah, blah. Like, dude, you're missing the plot. You're totally missing your own plot with it. There's a good point to be made there. There's a great point to be made there about the pressures that women have to change their fucking bodies for fashion. That's a great point. That's something that you might want to challenge people on. But you missed the point. You totally missed the fucking point. And if you had made that point, then I could make an interesting correlation between the societal expectations of women on women and men on men. And we could have a conversation about it. We could talk about it in an interesting way. But it's not there. It's just not there. I'm really confused. I'm super, super confused. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I do know that next week's should be pretty interesting. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. Next week is, we're gonna play with tampons next week. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna start shooting that. That's actually, it's supposed to be doing it right now, but I need to catch up first, and I'll have that ready here real soon. We'll have a lot of fun with that. That'll be good. But anyway, thanks for sticking it out with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna keep going on this feminist challenge as long as I can, but if there's dry weeks like we had before, I might just do some of these catch-up videos to kind of keep up, because I tried real hard to figure out a funny way to do the waiting and not speaking, and I couldn't do it. So if it's not going to be fun and it's not going to be entertaining, or there's a really good point to be made, I'll probably just kind of do one of these mashup things. So yeah, I don't want to be wasting anybody else's time just making crap content. So, Anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope everything is going great in your lives. And I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.